Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to get ready with the products that my husband chose out for me. So I did go ahead and film that portion, so that I don't know if I'm going to do one video with all of it in one or two separate videos. You guys will obviously find out whenever I post, but I'm really excited because my husband did pick out everything, you know, as far as primer goes, foundation, everything. So I'm really thrilled to play around with this makeup, and so let's go ahead and jump on in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair back. So he picked out for a primer. This is from 4th Ray Beauty, which is ColourPop's sister brand. This is the Acai Face Milk. I'm using a very, very little amount of this because I tend to have like a little bit of like oily skin, especially now because it's kind of hot outside. But anyways, it was so funny because whenever he was looking through my primers, he saw acai and he was just like, yep, this is the one I want. And it was so funny because he was just like, I'm just going off of the name, you know that, right? And I'm like, yes, I know. And the reason is because there's this place that we sometimes go to and they have amazing acai bowls and they are so good. They're kind of expensive. That's probably why we don't tend to go that often. But it was just really funny as to why he picked that out. Then for primer spray, he picked out this one, which I haven't used in a while. This is from Catrice. This is the Hydrating Prime and Care Spray. So I'm going to use this as primer. I'll probably just set the makeup with this as well. So this setting spray or primer spray, it's pretty aggressive as far as the sprayer goes. And it does have a scent. The scent smells really good, but it does kind of get on your clothing and stuff, just so you guys know. But it does do a good job at hydrating the skin. I feel like really, really glowy right now. So let's go ahead and jump right on into foundation. So he actually picked my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. So I went ahead and moved like my Project Pan items back into my drawers so that he could pick those too if he wanted. And I think it's pretty funny that he chose this one because it is obviously my Project Pan. I feel like I still like this foundation, but it doesn't last very long. At least the last time that I wore it actually just a few days ago because it had been such a long time that I wore it. And it just didn't last very long throughout the day. Like I feel like it was starting to kind of fade, you know, towards the end of the day. So I thought that was kind of different. Like I don't remember it doing that. Now mine, mind you, is pretty old, and that's why it's in the project, because I think I've had it since 2018. It still has that very strong smell, so at least I know that that hasn't gone wrong with it or anything. And the formula is still nice. I haven't noticed any inconsistencies with it, but I remember just being obsessed with this foundation, and I don't think I am anymore, which I mean I guess is a good thing because it is being discontinued. Definitely covered up this, you know, any like redness that I had, but I can still see a little bit peeking through, but that is fine. I don't want to build too much on because that face milk is very thick, right? I do like it. It's just, it's pretty thick. I don't think it's something that I'm going to be reaching for during these summer months. So for concealer, he actually picked out this one from Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Supernatural Concealer, and I have the shade Light EC01. This is one that I did pick up from TJ Maxx. And I don't think the shade is like a perfect match for me, but I mean, it does the job. I don't know how I feel about this concealer. I just feel like sometimes these makeup brands, they're just not worth the price in my opinion. I can understand some things definitely are. Okay, so it blended out nicely. It did definitely brighten up the under eye. So I did want to say that I did get this video idea from Jessica Braun here on YouTube. She did this and her husband did such a good job. They are such a cute couple, and I honestly like their life is just goals to me. I've really been like binge watching her channel because I think she's so funny and she's so full of life. And anyways, she posted a video of my husband, you know, chooses my makeup, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed watching it, and I thought it was so hilarious watching like her husband pick out stuff. But he did a really good job, and probably because, I mean, she's been doing YouTube for a really long time, at least that I, you know, at least what I can remember. And anyways, it was just really, really enjoyable, and so I wanted to do it myself. And you know, my husband had actually a good time doing it. I just thought it was so fun, like watching him like go through my makeup drawers and be kind of like you know, and it made me think, like, what's an equivalent to makeup for him? Probably Pokemon. I feel like he plays so much Pokemon, and I really don't know what's going on. I know the basic stuff, like the basic Pokemon and stuff from like the first generation games and stuff, but other than that, I feel like I have no idea what he's talking about. And so I feel like makeup might be like my equivalent to his Pokemon, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So I think everything is blended pretty nicely. And so I'm going to go in with my powder that he chose. This is from CoverGirl. This is the Vitalist Healthy Powder. It's just a pressed powder. He actually didn't choose a translucent, like a loose powder, which kind of worries me a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to go in with this one. I have the shade Classic Ivory, and with this one, it's actually, I think, discontinued. I think you can maybe only find it in certain places, so I'm not sure if it's available anymore. I actually picked this one up at TJ Maxx, but I did purchase it before. But I purchased the shade Buff Beige, I think, and it was way too dark for me. So this one and Classic Ivory is definitely a better match. I feel like this video is going up at a perfect time because it's actually our wedding anniversary on Tuesday, April 21st. So 2 years ago, we got married, and it has just been amazing. And we've definitely had our struggles just being really young. He proposed to me whenever I was 19, and we got married whenever I was 21. I think I was turning 22 that year, but my birthday's in August, and so I was still 21. But we've definitely had our struggles, finances, just, you know, house issues. Like, we live in a really, really old house, and it's definitely one of our dreams to move very soon. We're actually trying to pay off debt at the moment and move into one of our dream homes and just kind of, you know, move on into something that's better. But overall, he's my best friend, and we have so much fun together, and he's always making me laugh. And honestly, like, I don't think I would be able to get through this quarantine if it wasn't for him, like, definitely. So shout out to him, and hopefully for those of you with your significant others, hopefully, you know, you guys are doing well, and hopefully, like, you'll be able to actually spend your anniversaries out, you know, going to dinner or something like that. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows, and so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on into eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, he did choose my Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette, and this is actually one of my favorite palettes. I love it the brush. I love it so much. And I was laughing because I felt like he chose a really like fall palette, so I tried to kind of match that with my kind of like burnt orange type t-shirt color. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and create a look with this palette. So I really want to use these two shades right here. So the shade Zam and the shade Soleil, both of those are really screaming to me. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do something off of those colors. Okay, so I'm gonna dip into the shade right here called Supreme. It's that pink color, and just very gently putting this in my crease. Okay, so before I move any further into this eyeshadow look, he did choose this very bold lip color for me. So it's a NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Toy. And let me just go ahead and swatch that. Look how dark and deep that is. So I think I'm going to go a different direction with the eye look. So I'm going to try to not make it too pink, this eyeshadow look. So I am going to now dip into the shade Pinker right here. I know that I just said I wouldn't dip into pink, but this shade name is literally Pinker. But it's more of like a kind of like burgundy pink kind of mixed. So I'm going to go ahead and with the same brush just apply this. Just pretty much underneath that first pink shade that I applied. Okay, now I'm going to bring the shade Ginger to this crease just to kind of bring in a little bit of like my shirt color, and I did switch brushes. Okay, now I'm going to dip into the shade Credit and place this in my outer crease. Okay, so that is as good as it's going to get. I'm going to dip into the shade Zam on a flat shader brush and apply this to the lid. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and go into the shade Supreme and just kind of like stamp this under there. Okay, and now I'm going into the shade Pinker and just to kind of blend out that pink underneath the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with Soleil for the inner corner highlight. Okay, so that is going to complete the eye look. I'm going to go in with mascara. He didn't choose one, so I'm just going to go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex and just to coat my lashes with this really quick. Okay, and so moving on back to the complexion, I'm going to go in with this bronzer. My husband did choose the Too Faced Natural Lust Bronzer. It looks like this. It's very stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply this everywhere. Okay, and moving on to blush, he picked this one from Wet n Wild. It's in the shade Nudist Society. Okay, and then for highlighter, he went fancy and he chose my Natasha Denona Super Glow Highlight. I have the shade 01 Fair. This is such a stunning highlight. It's definitely very beaming. So I'm going to go in with a lip liner to accompany the lipstick, and I'm pulling out the shade Ilari, I don't know, from ColourPop. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it. This is the final look. It's definitely pretty bold, but I actually really like it. I've never worn this NARS lipstick before, and so I'll have to let you guys know how I feel about it. It definitely is a weirder consistency. I don't know if it's going to dry down matte or if it's going to stay kind of like this glossy finish, but I really do like the look that I came up with using that Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. So I actually did go out to the living room and asked my husband what he thought of the makeup look. I told him that this was the makeup that he picked out, and he smiled. He liked it. He did like the eyeshadow look, and he said, "How did I do?" And I said, "I actually think you did a really good job. Like, everything coordinates really well with one another." And I asked him about the lip. He says, "I like it, but I feel like you don't." And I said it is a little bit too deep. So he knows me pretty well. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much. And I really encourage you to do this. Just something fun to do while we're all in this quarantine together. You don't have to have a YouTube channel to do this. I totally encourage you just to kind of like ask your husband, your boyfriends, girlfriends, whichever, pick out your makeup for you and just have fun with it. You know, they choose products that maybe you haven't used in a while. So definitely do this. It's a lot of fun. I might do this once again on my channel, maybe another time, because I had a lot of fun with it. So anyways, if you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up. I also hope that you consider subscribing to my channel if you did enjoy this video and if you enjoy all of my other videos. And I look forward to interacting with you guys in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!